Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Fallout Show. We're back after a almost 10-year absence. I do apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. This is EXE, President of the Enclave, and your lovely, lovely host for the show. I welcome to you today YllowSnowman. So, YllowSnowman, please introduce yourself as our guest.
Hi, my name's Snowman. I'm the president of the Blue Ridge Caravan Group, PvP slash trading group. I've known Zeno for quite a while now. I'm a bit of his right-hand man, I like to see myself as. So, yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem, man. I do have to say, I do commend you guys. You guys are EOS's best and brightest with things, and YllowSnowman is Primarch of the Enclave Unit, which means that he is my next successor to things. So, like, if I go out, he takes over. So, YllowSnowman, I thank you for showing up as always. You did have to sign a waiver, basically giving up all of your individual freedoms for the night being. So, basically, the first question I'd like to ask you is, how long have you been playing 76, and what are some of the notable things you've done in your time being here?
I started out playing, on launch day, couldn't play, so took a little bit of a break and came back after probably about 5 months and genuinely started playing then. And it's been a little off and on for me ever since with life and internet struggles, especially with where I live. But started out being a good guy, doing all the trading, non-scamming, things like that. And I still don't scam, I've had my moments at least. But some of my most notable moments is just my little pivot turning from good guy to bad guy as seen. So, going from non-PvPer to full PvPer. So that's all I do now.
Yeah, and most of the insular community, everybody who isn't in our little circle, views PvPers as the devil, as the worst human beings who can ever play this game. When it's most of the toxicity that I've ever seen has been from people who don't even PvP, BF, role player type people, or just PvEers in general. Like, I've never seen any like real toxicity with most of the PvP community. Obviously there's your shitters, be okay, FS. Sorry, I got shit in my mouth because there's shit. But it's just, but again, like, what is your thought on the people like who aren't PvPers, who view PvP players and PvP groups as just overall negative for the community, when the people who are PvPers have been playing the game for the longest and actively are always trying to grind stuff out, playing for hours, spending money on this game. You know what I mean?
I think they take a very ignorant stance because some of the nicest people I've known in this game are PvPers. I mean, most of the items I've gotten is from people who share their wealth, and so I'm able to build up mine and then share it as well. I mean, I give out 40k caps, all the time just to anybody. I don't care. I have infinite caps. I give out armor. If there's a dupe out, I'll dupe it. Anything, if someone needs it, they need it, But at the end of the day, they see me as a toxic person because, I might go up at an event towards you and just shoot you, And I might just emote, but apparently those pixels just make them mad enough where they view me as the worst person to ever existed. So
especially during legacy days,
ignorant.
when, like, if you even used a legacy during the queen or whatever, you would be like, oh, you're using a legacy. It's just like the thought process I like to give to that is that they just hate us because they ain't us, man. Like, they're not doing things for the community. They're not active in anything. Like, they just keep to themselves. And I think they're just mad the fact that we have notoriety with things and that we have a lot of sway with things, because it's never like role players or PvEers who are discovering dupes or discovering glitches that are kind of revolutionized the way people play this game. Like, obviously, no role player found out how to mag glitch cryos during the legacy meta. No PvE or no PvE fucking role player discovered the Collectron dupe or any dupes. Like nothing that really pushed this community forward. It's never been from that side of the community. It's always been on our side of things.
And one way to look at it too is PvPers are PvPers and the more estranged side of the community tend to make the game better because we discover these exploits, these glitches, these problems in the systems that allows Bethesda to patch them. And so, even though we're the ones discovering it, maybe exploiting it and profiting off of it, we also are inevitably making the game better for everyone else.
True, yeah, because like if then again, like I doubt these people would find out that any of these dupes really exist, and like what the fuck would they be duping anyways? Like fucking, I don't know what these people get up to in their private lives. I think they got poop in their brain, you know. But it's kind of like a whole like class divide is the best way to put it, where it's like they're poor and we're up there, you know, man. Because the thing is, because from the run through that I've had with these people, it's like they think they try and think that they're better than us because oh we don't agree for oh we don't do this. It's like look man. Just because you like to walk in a straight line on a road in your little role play event doesn't mean you're better than me or better than anybody else. Just because I decide I want to fight people or I want to sometimes blow up your base with missiles. And even so, even like the people who bitch about it, you know, like what are your thoughts on that? Like people who actively bitch so hard about oh you mistreated my base, you know what I mean? Like it's just in
I
my
think
opinion that it's like it's so minuscule. Like you can just hit triangle on your camp and just fix it, or just turn your camp off. You know what I mean?
I completely understand where you're coming from, and I think the main issue is a lot of the players who are playing now didn't play when beta was out or when the game first launched, when you could go up to anybody's camp and just completely bulldoze the entire thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, the game used to be centered around PvP. That was the whole core of the game was everyone's out for themselves, and if you choose to group up, then that's how you survive. But now, since Bethesda wanted to drastically turn in an opposite direction from that to make a more player-friendly type community. It's kind of left us behind, but we're still picking up the scraps and pieces and putting something back
Okay,
together.
we're still.
So I think, oh, go ahead.
No, no, finish.
I just think a lot of people who do complain online are just very ignorant, and I think they also have bad experiences too. Because I mean, we have bad apples within the community. I mean, you have people that are
Render
constantly
done.
scamming.
Artist. Sorry, I still have shit in my mouth.
You need a cough drop or something?
Yeah, I need toilet paper. I got shit in my mouth.
Understandable. But I think that I mean we do have just bad apples that they scam, they do kind of the more
Or even
malicious
like
things in
yeah,
the community.
or even
But
do like fucking cheesy strats like stacking or stealth breaking or any of the like. You know what I mean? But see, with
and
every community,
those
with every subgroup of a community, there's going to be shitters. You know, there's shitters everywhere. But it's just
yeah
the shitters aren't the majority. You know.
yeah.
What was it? What was
But
it?
yeah, I mean that's all I have to say on that.
But like these people, like what I wanted to interject with is that they have it easy. These new players who joined off the Fallout show or whatever, they have it easy. They don't know how hard shit was when the game was out. How small the stash was, how glitchy it was, how you know what I mean? Like they have shit easy. Like all the content they have now, like they fucking got it and fucking spades because back then we like in terms of just in-game content shit you can do in the game, it was minuscule at best, you know, which is why a lot of people PvP'd, you know?
Yeah, especially when
It's
there's
like
no
yeah.
NPCs or hunger
Exactly,
and
yeah.
thirst was a genuine struggle and you just die on the spot.
When you actually had to like survive in a survival game because of the you know or
Exactly.
even that like the so were you around during the survival mode thing or were you not really active during that?
I was most definitely around during survival and nuclear winter.
Yeah. During survival it was the mode was completely ruined by people who were just there to grind events for the double XP and like the people who were in the double or like the PvEers food builds were in there were always complaining about like ooh the mini map ooh like people confronting him in the minimap like shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like like I said, so listen. The thought process is you join the PvP mode, the Fallout 76, the separate game mode, so it's Fallout 76 that's PvP oriented, and you complain about getting actively PvP'd by everybody. Doesn't make much sense.
It's very backwards thinking.
It
I
is, yeah.
mean, same with these players who complain that they're getting shot at an event or they're killed randomly because they accidentally hit somebody who, left the event when the mode pacifist exists. I mean, if you don't want a PvP, just turn it on. It's that simple. And, if someone's egging you on or actively frustrating you and trying to get you to turn off pacifist, that's that's them. That's their strategy on how to PvP you, and you have to learn to avoid that. It's a very simple concept.
Yeah, and then the game tells you right when you come off the vault about pacifist mode. Like it's not like they don't even know about it because I don't even think back then like there was a prompt that told you about it. Because if I remember when I started playing and I remember when I came back, they didn't really tell you what pacifist mode. It's just like you just had to see it in your menu, you know. But
And
again,
the
that was
game
about 4 or 3
automatically
years ago.
puts you in pacifist
Yeah, that's
too.
the thing.
I mean, these players are starting out in pacifist mode. They actively have to turn it off now.
And but here's like it's not my fault. And even like oh you lose 50 caps, don't have a hissy fit about it. Don't like oh you're getting reported. Reported for what, man? It's in the game, you know.
Exactly. And, Bethesda couldn't give two shits either because it's not important. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like it's not an issue, and it's always like this big ideological like issue. But like, oh, you hit me. Oh, your penis size must be small, or oh, you're fucking, you're dead and love you or shit. Like that's shit I've heard all the time from people. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you know what I'm getting at here, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Like they
getting harassed in
always
a video
assume,
game, turn it off or
yeah,
switch
just
servers
go
or do
home, man.
something.
Just switch servers, just turn it off. You know, you're not getting fucking abused in real life, man. Just turn the game off. Go to your
If they're on
corner.
your friends list, remove them.
Yeah,
If they're
exactly.
at an event, leave the event. Leave the server, switch servers.
And
There's
it's
so
not
many
even
there's
like
so many opportunities.
exactly. It's like, and here's the thing, like during back in the day, it wasn't even like legacies were hard to get, or even now, it's not even like PvP is hard to do. You know, they just need to put some time into it. It's just like they have the ignorant thought process of this is like we can't even I can't even associate with this community side or can't even do this because I don't want to be a bad guy or anything. You know, it's like PvP nowadays is pretty easy to get into. And even so, like legacies weren't even that hard to get. You just had to know people, or you just had to fucking be smart with trading and things. You know?
Exactly. I mean, that when I started or when I came back to the game, it had been a couple months or about a year since winter had ended. I came back and I started building up my own stuff. I was on my own. I was a PvPer. I got in early on the railway meta, and I was PvPing that way. And people were very upset with that because they didn't know how OP railways were, especially with criticals at the time. And I was actively trading my way up for a laser, and I didn't have the connections I have now with the people I know to get a legacy, and it was the only option for me was to somehow get it off of the marketplace where these people actively have 15,000 other of the same legacy and they're just charging $50 or more for a simple little laser rifle. And they're just gatekeeping items that were given to them for free, meant to be out for the community. And so I've experienced the struggle of getting items and not having those connections and building up my way through the ranks, but you know
You deal with it. You do it. It's like just fucking have some balls. You know? Like don't be a pussy. It's like these people will ask for like they ask like they fucking are act like they're entitled to handouts. That they're entitled to being coddled with things. You know what I mean? It's like it's a
exactly. I mean,
wasteland. It's a wasteland video game. People are gonna act the way they want to act. People have the freedom to do what they want. This game is basically anarchy. You can basically do whatever you want with the confines of this game. Like, don't act like like you're a protected group of people. You know, and that type of thing. Like this isn't Fallout 4. You know what I mean? People are going to
exactly.
fuck with you, and you deal with it because it's a wasteland. You know?
I mean, it's not even just Fallout 4. It's like real life. You have your own little
Exactly.
bubble,
Yeah.
but other people's bubbles are going to be, intersecting with
And
yours, and you got to learn how to deal with that.
there's always going to be a bigger dog at the park. You know?
Exactly. You play to your strengths and recognize your weaknesses.
Yeah. And I do have to give a shout out to like people from the RP or PVE side who aren't toxic, who don't really do any of the sort like I listed before. And again, like I said before, every community has shitters. It's just like I don't know if it's a majority, I don't know if it's a loud minority, but it's just what you hear the most from these people. You know what I mean?
Some of the people I appreciate the most within the community is the PvEers and the role players who actively engage with the
With the
PvP
community.
community,
Yes, yes.
who they will request help from us to protect them during events, or they'll request us to actively like engage in some of little their little
Projects or
stunts
whatever they
and
do, yeah.
facades.
Or they'll like hire us out for like, oh yeah, we want to recruit PvP or hey, you PvP for us, man, we'll pay you stuff, you know?
Can we pause here
Yeah, yeah. All
for
right,
one
ladies and
moment?
gentlemen, we will be back briefly. We're going to go for a short little break. We will be tuning in shortly. Catch you later after the break,
All right.
everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fallout Show. We are back with YllowSnowman. So, what we were getting at before were some of the good PvEers, role players. On my end, I would like to give a shout out to two people. One who doesn't really play anymore, and one who is very active now. At least with me, at least with our side of the community. I like to give a shout out to Dr. CJ Marin. He's kind of an old figure with things. A lot of people may know him, a lot of people might not know him. But what he used to do was he used to run a little roleplay clinic thing, and everybody was from PvPers, role players. He was just an actual like fucking really cool dude. I think he did a lot of charity events. He was a really good guy. But it's an example of like one of the really good role players in my opinion. Because again he would interact a lot with the community. He'd be talking with everybody. If you're a roleplay group, you know him. If you're a PvP group, you know him. Everybody was defending him just because nobody wanted to fuck with him just because he was such a nice guy. Another shout I'd like to do is a guy named Dr. Payne, 3871. He is kind of following in the footsteps of CJ with the whole doctor thing and the whole clinic. He's kind of a new up and coming guy, Dr. Payne. If you're watching this, by the way, you're a fucking G. Um, Good guy. Probably one of the best camp builders who I know actively, other than our own breakfast chief, the vice president. He's a really good guy. He's always doing projects or getting involved with people. He's a good guy. Okay, so
And
the next question I'd like to
surprisingly,
ask
I've
you
heard
is,
that name too.
who, Payne or Martin?
Dr. Payne. I mean, I've never met him, but I've heard that name before.
Well, probably because he's very active with our community, mainly EUS, and we have a lot of dealings with him. I may or may not be buying things from him. With he farms a lot with chems and the such. But he's a really good guy. But actually, yeah, I think I remember when he was doing the therapy event. I invited you to that. You didn't really show up because you were kind of dead at the time.
I don't have any recollection of that, but
Yeah, I think
my
I
apologies.
messaged you or pinged you because that was like in April, so and you were busy at the time. So the next question I'd like to ask you is, like, did you join any groups, any movements during the time, and how did you get involved with this faction, with the Blue Ridge and with the Enclave? You can say how did you get involved with that, and just
I've
your history with the
mainly
group.
I've mainly ran solo, and I still kind of sort of run solo. I run Blue Ridge Caravan, but when I PvP, I separate myself from that group as I don't want to represent the other members of that group, the genuine traders and role players, etc., etc. I feel like my actions don't represent them. But I've never really joined a group. Blue Ridge is definitely more than partnered with EUS, and the only group I'm really in is EUS. So I'm happy to be accepted. I'm happy to be here. I don't quite remember how we met, but I remember
I think
that when we did met.
yeah, it
Go
was
ahead.
Young No Thumbs because he knew Breakfast. Breakfast introduced me to him, and
Yes,
then
I
we did the
remember.
breast wipes together. Remember?
Yeah, we did. No Thumbs and Danny were there, and I remember you showed up and they were
Degenerate.
talking a little bit of shit about you, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna let that deter me from actually knowing who he is. So we started talking, hit it off
Yeah.
immediately. Immediate friendship was formed, and we've kind of went off at that ever since.
Yeah, and then we became buddies with Danny,
But
and then the whole issues with him during August and September. You remember that, right? So tell our lovely viewers at
yeah,
home
they
some of the
faded
issues
out
with Danny at the time.
with
What's
some of the issues with who?
Remember the drama with Danny where he with FS when he switched up with FS?
Oh yeah, where he started dating the Snowflake girl, and
Snowflake,
he kept
yeah.
telling us that there's like nothing's of it, we're not dating this and that, and then all of a sudden he's driving out to come see her. She already has a kid. He's talking to her every night. He was talking shit about her, and then all of a sudden he's profiting hard off of her getting, all these
Because
items, and then
FS
he
is a
started
scammer
joining the
clan, see
Eclipse
the
kid.
yeah. Oh fucking FS clips. Oh Lord have
Yeah,
mercy. Listen, something must have weird been going on because he FS Clips. He's a little French kid, French Canadian. I don't know what he is. He eats
I think all
frogs,
the
but it's
viewers of this channel know who he is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's no, no, no. It's he was orbiting around Snowflake all the time. Like that was like something. There's something weird was going on, where he viewed her as like his best friend or like a mother figure. I don't know what. I don't know what the fuck they did. I don't really care to be honest, because he no longer exists anymore. Thank you, Clips, for dying. Rest in piss for never showing up to Falls 76 ever again. You know.
Definitely a day to celebrate when he finally went offline for the last time.
It wasn't even like he gave us trouble. It was just he was just a shit person to deal with because he was a scammer. He stacked. He did all the shit role play, PvP shit. You know, he was just
Overall
fucking toxic.
degenerative
You know?
human being.
He was toxic. Yeah, he was kind of a degenerate.
The
And
embodiment
and
of a
birds of a
child.
feather stick together. You know, artists and him were jerking each other off during the whole thing. Um, but yeah, what was it? Yeah, we're not talking much about Danny because he still plays. We're good with. I'm good with him now. I don't know about you, but it's
Nope.
I don't know about you. You can. He basically just switched up on all of his buddies, all of his friends. You know, for some e
Yeah.
pussy. You know, or I guess some real pussy, not because he met with him. A
I've been
76
switched
e
up on twice
girl
now.
who somebody goes to like they both meet each other. Doesn't that sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen? Does sorry, lady and gentlemen? Doesn't that sound familiar? A1 Gecko. You don't really know about that, but I'll tell you about that later. But it's basically the exact same thing. Probably worse in my opinion.
Worse is surprising.
Worse as in her husband is a cuck and she has kids.
Absolutely wild.
And A1 is also on the same level of shit player who plays the game. Not just in terms of skill, but also there's everything that he has ever done or continues to do. By the way, A1, if you're watching this, I hope you get fucking ALS. You suck. But it's
A1's the one that died in my camp the other day, isn't he?
yes, yes. No, no. It was so first it was his girlfriend was playing, and then he got on the account because I noticed instantly because they play differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what a good move it is to PvP me and then run away and run towards my turret camp. You know,
Like,
awesome,
do you not
awesome
see
idea.
the big ass tower of death in front of you?
Just a little applaud for that. Just a little
Little
applaud.
plot for intelligence, I must say. I'm guessing that's one of the stats you guys didn't max out. I don't know, but it's So, what's some of like the major dramas and things you've been involved with during your times in this game? Some of the most major moments you've had, either good or bad, of some of the experiences you've had. Like what's a notable event of drama or of conflict that you've been involved with?
The most noticeable or most memorable one would be FS aka Clips. That was a very entertaining time, and I think it's fair to say. Oh,
Do you see? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with the show because our guest has in fact just DC'd, disappeared everywhere. We will be returning momentarily, but we do apologize for the interruption. But it's we'll be back. We'll be back after these messages. All right, everybody, we're back. Our lovely guest decided to not move his cursor at all and decided to get kicked for inactivity mid sentence. There's talking about the whole AKA clips drama and I guess the artist drama also because that was also going at the exact same time and they birds of a feather stick together and they were best buddies with each other, actively jerking each other off. So it's so tell our viewers at home with that drama because obviously, judging by the language I used, I was very much involved with that. So tell me about this.
from my side of the whole ordeal was I was the biggest enemy of aka Clips. I was the one genuinely trying to take him down as a non-stacker, non-scammer, everything, good side related compared to him who was the complete opposite. And I tried and tried and tried and I succeeded a couple of times. But inevitably what won me was time. Time was on my side as he eventually quit. But I think it's fair to say that him being around actually brought together the PvP community. It brought together a lot of groups that hated or once hated each other, and united us against a common foe, a common enemy. And that's what I saw from an outside point of view. I mean, I was in EUS at the time. I was, backup PvP, or if I would get called in if I needed to. But from an outside point of view, I mean, that it was a very eventful time because, we have, so many groups coming together and fighting against this one person who's seemingly like a god in the lobby who just can't get taken down because how hard he's glitching and exploiting. And especially BLK artist as well. I mean, I was there for a little bit of it. I didn't know the whole backstory, but he already sounded like a bit of a loser when I heard about him, when I heard his voice. So
Because I told
that
you about him,
immediately
and that
just did it for
they.
me.
Because see, what's funny about this is Clips was your arch enemy, while Artis is my arch enemy, or at least the kid thinks I'm his fucking biggest opposition when really he's just a fucking. Like I say, he's just a piece of shit on the road, He's a shit stand on the window shield. But to him, I'm his arch nemesis. I'm fucking, what is it? I'm Lex Luthor and he's Superman. Like, he fucking has a massive hate boner for me. As to why, well, this is where things get a little bit complicated and also not. But it's also some funny shit, because this one was before your time. It was before you got involved with things. Like, gosh, like 2023, April. March, April.
I've been
Which is
around longer than that.
no, before you were involved with me.
Oh.
Which was, so do you want to hear about this? Because I don't really like to ramble too much. I like to let our guests speak more, but we can if you want to.
You can give a little TLDR for the audience if you would like.
Basically, his group, BLK, was spurring hard against the Grongo Bongo band, the Church of Grongo, by the way. Was spurring hard against them, and they were in active fighting. They got really pissy about us fucking them in the ass, and then artists got pissed at me for basically no reason, and then at that moment on started jumping me all of summer. And I guess we were just enemies now for some reason, and then we started fucking each other up. I killed him, he killed me. Um, just kind of like that, yeah. Like, because like to him, the littlest shit is like a massive thing. Like, I stealth broke him one time in one fight, like last July, and he still remembers that shit because he'll tell me, "Oh, you can't tell me about stealth breaking. You did it." I was like, "Man, it was one time because you were fucking stealth breaking me and scary." You know what I mean, it's
Yeah.
he's just a very petty little kid. It's hard to stay mad at him in clips because they're just kids. They don't. Obviously, if you heard what they sound like, they are kids. But it's you know what I mean, man? It's like you can get mad at them, but it's like you can't really hate them because they're just kids. They're gonna grow up.
Yep.
But it's so obviously Clips is gone, but it's that time was a very fun time, not just for EUS, but just for us in general, because it was great. Almost every day we were fucking around, PvPing people, man. And obviously it was summer, so we had the freedom to basically just go on whenever, be on whenever. You know what I mean? It was great. It was a great time.
And I would like to give a special thank you to No Thumbs and Danny. They
I
were
miss
the
nothing.
ones who supplied me with the materials I needed to actually start fully PvPing with a set of Strangler, with dragons, with these PvP weapons like pepper
Yeah.
shakers and et cetera, et cetera. They were the ones that got my foot in the door, and it is a shame to say that they ended up switching up on me
Well, Danny
and
still
just kind of
plays.
booting me out. What was up?
Danny still plays, and he's cool with me, or at least he hasn't. He's no longer with that best, and he's still because he was fighting with me for a little bit during the VEF drama, but he still plays. He's friendly. I don't know how you feel with him. That's the way I feel.
He randomly came along one day, started talking shit, and accused me of talking shit when I hadn't done anything except telling him that I wasn't fighting that day. I was actively building my camp. And so he got all of his goons on. Even Beckfit was there. And, I just inevitably left. And then I get a message saying, hey, we want all our shit back if you're going to be a douchebag. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So ended up giving a couple dragons back, not all of them. Sorry, Thumbs. I didn't give you back the good ones. And that was it. Just parted ways and haven't spoken since. I've seen him in game multiple times. I've seen him around, but you know, I have a mutual respect for him. The man, got me where I am now. But I think it's one of those not to sound stupid or cringy or anything like that, but I think it's just one of those times when the student precedes the master, and I've outgrown him.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I do miss those guys too. Those were just a fucking great to have her on, especially during the wipe we did on Russ, and just like we were just so close, and then just suddenly out of nowhere, it's just fucking we all hated each other, you know?
Yep, it was very entertaining hearing Miles get blasted into my ears
Oh, we
every
did.
5 minutes by No Thumbs, or Danny somehow figuring out how to piss somebody off in game chat to the point where they record them and toss him on YouTube along with me
Yes,
and
I remember
everybody
that. I
else
was
that
there.
was
I
in
think I
his
was
team.
no, what's his name? Like we were at what was it?
Moonshine Jamboree is the one I
Moonshine.
remember.
Yes, I got on that video. Meanwhile, comments are disabled, so it's like on that video we're disabled, so it's like I don't know. Yeah, that was pretty fun. But, so what's some of the noteworthy things you've been doing for the community and just in general? And obviously now you returned after a little bit of a hiatus. Welcome back, obviously. But it's like what's some of the major things you've done so far with your time playing?
Recently, I'm not going to say the account name or anything like that, as I don't speak on the account, but recently got my hands on a duped gift account, and so I've actively been giving out just max caps to basically anybody I please to. If I see you in game, I'm not going to say my name, but I'll toss you some caps. You won't know it's me. But that's one major thing I've been doing. I've been trying to supply a lot of traders, like smaller traders on Reddit, with overly generous deals just out of nowhere for no reason. Get some of these players started who I see potential as in helping this game. Um, Another major thing was during the Power Armor dupe, I was contacting as many people as possible, trying to get my hands on every single type of set imaginable, so that I could actively dupe Power Armor for those who needed it or those who wanted it. Because I see the prices that people were charging on GameFlip, $20, $50, $100 for a set of armor, and I see that as really, really just scummy. So I told people, I'm like, hey, you help me get the mines, I'll get the meat, and I'll dupe it, I'll give it to you. There's no in between,
No
no
qualms
mediator.
here, no
I don't need
no
payment.
no backroom hand jobs going on. It's just you want power armor, I'll give it to you,
Yep, just you help me get it, and there it is in your inventory. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And so that was the major things I was doing in the community, and I think there's a lot of people that can say that I did help them, and I'm not looking for a thank you or anything like that. Just I'm doing what others have done for me.
Yeah, the Power Armor dupe, which was like, God, that was like how many months? Like March until like October, November of
It recently
2023.
ended. I mean, probably I think it
Wait,
ended
there was
around
another PA dupe that recently ended, but it's just some. But that
yeah.
meat dupe was some of the best times I've had. Just how easy the dupe was, and just like when you give that to like new players, just seeing just like the light in their eyes, like the light in their voice, how excited they get. Where it's like, oh man, this is like the best gear ever. I never had this before. Like it was really like resources were easy to get. It was just such a fun time, man. Like everybody was trading. Somebody was you rather trading power armor, or you were giving power armor to people. I liked it because it was easy to like outfit my people with loot and shit. It was just awesome.
hmm
I do
And I
wish it didn't get
remember.
removed, but hey, shit happens. I'm just glad we were able to get the run that we did. We almost had a year of it existing.
I mean, I even remember getting a couple messages from you like, hey, can you get this person some power armor? What can I do to get this person some power armor? And it's like, it's just share the love. It's
Exactly, yeah.
there's no
It's just
reason
like,
that these people
and
shouldn't
because
have
the
to get
dupe was
power
so
armor.
easy to do and so open, like everybody knew how to do it. It's just like it was just like a wealth, like it was like a sharing of wealth, kind of. I don't mean to sound like a communist, but it's like it's kind of what was like that.
Exactly. And I think that, I mean, I made a lot more connections too by doing that. I mean, messaging all the people I did. I told people, what I was doing. I was giving out power armor, and I didn't care about whether, you know, whether somebody deserved it or not, they just would get it. And it I did get a lot of thank yous. I got a lot of generosity too from the community. I mean, even traders themselves. I would offer a trader like, hey, here's a free set of power armor, and I feel like you're cutting me a deal, and so I made some, month-long, year-long friendships with those people, and I think inevitably it was a good thing. I've gotten a lot of more sets than I've probably need, and so whenever there's another dupe out, if you need power armor, just let me know.
Hopefully, it's really easy to do, or at least it becomes public to us.
Yeah. Same with the dupe collectron or ammo camps. How people were gatekeeping that, and how long that stayed a secret.
What didn't even matter because you again, like the analogy you can use is sitting at the popular kids table. It's just like because it was mainly like me and Beckfist and a bunch of other people who were involved with that, or at least I like see I didn't really do much of the glitching. I mainly did a lot of the managerial shit where it's like, oh, he wants some shit or organizing people together, which is what I'm really good
Hmm.
at. But it's whatever. It's just well, it's cool. Like when that was out, I gave you a me and Beckfist up gave you a camp,
Yeah.
because the way it was so cut off because we didn't want retards finding out about it. We didn't want just anybody finding out about it.
And I'm
And also
thankful
just
that
because we wanted to. And I'm
I
thankful.
have a.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
go
finish.
ahead. I was gonna say I'm thankful I have a connection to someone who knew, some of the founders of that exploit, and so I mean he helped out a lot of people. He brought the price down of those camps from like $200 to like $20, and made it affordable. I mean, even though I mean, he's still inevitably profiting, but I think that at a certain point you are putting in a lot of work for just to do one camp, and so I can
Yeah.
appreciate that. I mean, he did a lot of help, for a lot of players, and he didn't ask for anything in return, especially me. I mean, he gave me 4 different camps, and so I'm able to share more wealth, just tell people like, hey, if you want to AFK at my ammo camp or my collectron camp, just let me know.
Are we allowed to name this person, or do you want to keep this
I mean,
on the download?
he's known around the community. I mean, you can probably find him on GameFlip too. His name's Odin Wisdom.
Oh, Odin, yeah.
Very, very generous man. I mean, this
Odin
man's given me a
is
free
the
tattered
stuff.
field jacket, unbreaking pairs of fixers. I mean, you name it. I ask for it, and he's got me. And it's the same the other way around. If he needs something from me, if I somehow have it, then he gets it from me. Very generous man. Very, he very easy to talk to. Um, but he puts on a little bit of a facade. You don't really think that he has all these connections or knows all
See,
these
he acts
people,
like he doesn't, like he's
or
a new player. Or like
exactly.
he's just,
He's just he's a great guy. I mean, he's even bought me games, just to play with him. I mean, he's a great guy.
he's
He does a lot of help for the community, whether he realizes it or not. That's why he joined Blue Ridge, and I'm happy to have him.
So when did he join around Blue Ridge?
He joined about probably August. Well, I mean, maybe, yeah, about October of 2023, he joined Blue Ridge because he saw how we were doing good for the community and that our main goal was to give out more than we take in. And so that idea progressed him into wanting to join and actively doing as much as he could to give out to members. And so I recognized that was an immediate trait that I loved about him, and a really good friendship formed ever since. And he's helped me run Blue Ridge, find members, remove others who don't set the standard that we're looking
Or people
for.
who ask for who take
And
more than
so,
they give?
exactly, we're not here to profit. We're here to have a great time and help others
We're
out.
not, and we're not here to give handouts either. To an extent, like you know what I mean. Like we do well for the people who are with us. We're not just like we're not a charity people.
We'll
None of
help
us.
you out, but you have to contribute at least something.
Yeah, exactly. So when did you start Blue Ridge? Why did you start Blue Ridge? And it's just tell me about the early stages of the group.
Blue Ridge, I mean, really just came out of nowhere. I mean, it was more of a collaboration between a couple of friends of mine. Um, we just wanted to call it something, and so we finally decided upon Blue Ridge. I mean, after so many different names, after so many months, and I mean, originally the name was Alkaline. You know, there might be some viewers out there who remember us. Um, but we had some prominent members of the community who were in there for a little bit, and eventually who disbanded and went on their own until we decided upon Blue Ridge. And so it's been around for a couple, I mean, at least a year now, Blue Ridge alone. I mean, the whole group within itself has been around for 3 years probably. And we've taken in a lot of members. I mean, I've personally seen a lot of people grow from our group as well. And so it's really great to see, take players in who actually become a member of the community who is known and who's out there actively participating in it. And whether it's, we're still friends or not, I love to see growth within people.
Or people go from like inexperience, not knowing how to play the game, to like some of the higher people.
Exactly. I mean, I've taken in a lot of PvPers, or I've shown a lot of PvPers the ways in the originally, like, when they were low levels. I mean, same with Beckfit and No Thumbs. He used to brag all the time about how he got No Thumbs, or how he got Beckfit started. So, a very
And like
similar
Breakfast at the
concept. I mean,
time was just kind of a small kind of player, but nowadays he's like one of the most biggest people, well known. Like I told him, like, yeah, man, a lot of people know who you are. You do a lot for the community. He's like, oh, well, we actually, I don't really know, man. Like
I mean, at least on
he's
PlayStation,
very, Breakfast is very humble with things, which I like that.
especially with the frog jar video. How many people fell for that?
What do you mean fall for it, dude? The dupe works. I tried it last night.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm sorry,
So
I
basically,
forgot.
what you need to do
It's
to
been a
fix
little
the
bit.
dupe is you need to get about 500 more frogs because they recently patched it out. So you need to get more. You need to get more frogs.
Okay, that must be why it didn't work for me.
Yeah, that's why it didn't work for you. But, so recently you got a little bit involved with the greatest religious organ. I'm frozen in game. Fuck. Shit. Okay, can we freeze? My game is frozen. Me 76 is frozen. Like my screen is frozen.
Um, I mean, there was somebody in your little bunker, so
Wait, somebody was
someone's been
here. I
walking
can't.
around a PA.
Is he still here?
I can go check.
No, because I can't move. Like my screen is frozen. Fuck, man. Does this happen to you too, where your shit gets?
Welcome to the club.
We're back for the fourth or third time because my game decided to just shit itself this time. So it's my fault, not his fault this time. If we ever cut again, I wonder who's gonna come out first, either me or him. But it's so before we cut, we were talking about your involvement with the true faith, the true belief, the ancient truth, the holy light of Grongoism and the Church of Grongo. So tell us how you were appointed as the illustrious position of the chosen one, he who will bring forth the light, he who will cast out all of Grongo's enemies, he who will bring forth the reckoning and the destruction. Just tell us about that.
My first question is, Grongo, what? I mean, what the hell? What? Okay, that's the first time I've heard of that. I mean, I got abducted basically one day, taken to a
What?
camp,
No way.
and I was involuntarily forced to attend this meeting at a local church in the Cranberry Bog, and I was forced to drink out of this punch bowl and sleep in this like weird wooden coffin. And suddenly I wake up and there's a birthday table in front of me, and I'm getting screamed at that I am the chosen one. And so I'm still really confused. Maybe I hold some magical powers. I have no idea. I was added to a Discord group and given the role as the chosen one. Haven't spoken since or ever in the group. I'm honestly still really confused. no clue who Grongo is, or the Church of Grongo, or Grongoism. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm the chosen one, so you
I'm the
better bow
fucking
down
chosen
and get on your knees and suck my cock.
fucking. So it's he went through the sacred initiation ritual. So basically, the way it is, when you take forth of Grongo's holy piss, holy
Hey,
power.
you told me
When you
holy
when you
water.
accept his power within you, you are transported to a period of time where he once stood, and you got the door, the ancient door. Now that door is where Grongo first was shot out into Fallout 76. So you literally got into like the most holy site of holiest sites ever known to man. So you
Do
are the
I
chosen one. You are the one who will bring forward destruction and the reckoning to the ignorant, and you don't give a
do I
shit.
get any do I get any tax benefits from this? I mean,
Oh yeah,
legally, you know.
it is a sanctioned church within the Union State, which means that there are no taxes. But you don't even have to pay taxes anyway because you are the fucking Sith Lord of the group. So it doesn't even matter. You get
Hey,
zero times zero tax benefits.
I need the citizens to start paying me, you know. When you start doubling it up, you know, no taxes on no taxes, that means I get a positive tax return. Come on now.
Positive tax. You
Which
literally
one
are
of
the
these
fucking.
little
You're the national
slaves?
bank. What the fuck are you talking about?
Let me
You
just, you know, which
literally.
one of your little slaves can I take from that you've recruited, you know?
Oh, I mean, look, I mean, you know how requisitions go. I mean, I give you shit anyway, so what the fuck are you complaining about? You want more fucking free shit.
Look, man, I'm not Jewish, but I'm always looking to make a little penny
I'm
here and
not
there.
Jewish, but my nose is long. We're going to hell. We're fucked. Oh god. But
All I'm
it's
gonna say is this whole Gaza and, you know, Israel situation. I'm on the good side, you know. I'm not gonna say which side, but I'm on the
I'm
good
on
side.
the good
I'm
side,
on the
yeah.
winning side, so
I support whatever side gives me more shit.
how'd you know?
As you know, yeah. But it's as I, as the holy region and the blessed priest, what do you not understand about our belief system?
Um, is there like a God we believe in? Is there
Is there a God we believe in? Wow. Grongo himself will
who is
return after
who is Grongo?
59 millennia. Who is Grongo? Come on, don't play this game. You know who Grongo is. You know who he is.
Is that the user, you know, that starts with the letter B, tends
No,
to be
that's
pretty fit?
Bongo. Bongo is Grongo's son. Grongo's direct successor, his son. Now,
Uh,
Grongo is, he definitely is not a user known as Severe Death. That's definitely not him. But Grongo is the blessed region, the blessed king of all of Fallout 76. He was shot out of Todd Howard's pee hole when the game was first started made, but he existed. He exists in the past, the present, and the future at the exact same time. He is everywhere and nowhere at the same time because he has ascended beyond mortal corporeal form and shit. Basically, everything that's cool about everything is he's the reason behind it, or he directs everything behind it. Every dupe, every great thing is because of him. You know what I mean? Okay, we're not frozen again. I thought we were frozen. I was like, please, not again. Yeah,
Surprisingly, you
Grongo's the
know,
tits.
as the viewers may know, I'm very known for lagging out mid-fight, not even purposefully, and then getting
Yeah,
accused of being a pussy. So I'm surprised I've lasted this long. I mean, when we
yeah.
took our break, I lagged out. So very unfortunate that I didn't get to prove to the ladies and gentlemen watching.
The
But
lady and
you
gentleman.
know,
The lady and gentleman.
weighties and the weighties and little men.
Little man, yeah. Anybody who is in a EUS is a little man. Slightly
Compared to
littler.
me.
A little littler compared to us, yeah. But it's fucking
While you're down there, start sucking, you know?
sure while you're all the way down there, start sucking, you know? Fucking hell. But it's so before we end this off, because I am worrying that this is going to be way bigger than I could even fucking post. The breakfast interview. Any closing remarks? Anything you'd like to say? And do you have any future plans, any future projects for your playthrough and with EUS in general?
All I can say is, as I'm back, I was absent for a couple months due to real life, problems that are more important. But I'm back, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me. So come to expect it. If you end up on my kill feed, don't take too much offense to it. It is what it is. You might just suck. But I'm back. We're building up Blue Ridge. We're looking for members. EUS always looking for members. So please, put in an application. Might get denied, but please, entertain me.
Yes, yes, yes. But it's So that is all. Do you have any words of advice for the child, for the children who are watching this program? For the child that I want to name names, but
Well, I mean, when a mother loves daddy, a lot, they come together in holy matrimony, and they go through this process where you end up in your mother's mouth. Okay, you should have stayed there instead of being born out of her vagina. Okay, you know who you are. Watching this video, you should have been swallowed. Okay, not conceived.
You should have been
So please, just remember that. Words of advice that, it is a miracle that you exist, and to see you in my server is truly a dishonor to my family.
Truly remarkable, truly remarkable. Thank you for the words of advice. Now allow me to do a contractual obligation. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. As always, I'd like to shill out everything that I do, but it's if you are a PvPer, if you're a farmer, if you're looking to join the most illustrious Fall 76 group, are you an Enclave supporter? Are you just whatever?
Looking for slaves.
Are you an elite player? No, we're not looking for slaves. No, slavery, what? We don't do any of this such. What? No way. But anyways, if you're looking to serve a group that's better than you, that's greater than you, to serve a movement, to serve a cause, add yours truly, EUS, EXE No Fear. And if you're looking to join one of our greatest divisions, as always, Blue Ridge, add this monkey over here. Membership in Blue Ridge doesn't always correlate to EUS, but I mean, if they want to port over, they can port over. Basically, Blue Ridge members are EUS at this point, It's like, if you are Blue Ridge and you join up with EUS, you are booted to either executive or second tier status, depending on the rank you have. If you're just in there, you're second tier. If you're higher up in Blue Ridge, you're automatically an executive within the group. But it's, I thank everybody for viewing. I thank everybody for showing up.
It's a little pay to win, you join Blue Ridge and you can move up faster within the ranks of EUS. So
exactly. It's a hidden strat. It's a hidden strat. Fucking the method that I want you to know about. It's as always, this has been the Follow Show, and this is your president, EXE, signing off. Thank you for listening to Enclave Radio. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.